In the latest release of Jeffrey Epstein's files, disturbing new connections have emerged, involving Western elites and now pointing directly toward the Gulf, particularly the United Arab Emirates. Thousands of newly surfaced correspondences reveal that Epstein maintained unusually close relationships with powerful Emirati figures. These files paint a picture not of casual interaction, but of deep political and business proximity. One of the most striking names appearing repeatedly is Sultan Ahmed bin Sulayem, one of Dubai's richest billionaires and the CEO of DP World, a global port and logistics giant with strategic influence across Africa and the Middle East. Emails exchanged between Epstein and individuals linked to bin Sulayem suggest discussions that went far beyond business. According to analysts reviewing the documents, these interactions appear connected to security investments, political coordination, and back-channel diplomacy, particularly involving Israel, years before the Abraham Accords officially normalized relations between the two nations. This raises serious questions. Was Epstein serving as a middleman between Emirati elites and Israeli political and business interests long before the world knew about it? Even more disturbing is another revelation that everyone is now well aware of. Emails between Epstein and Aziza Al-Ahmadi, an advisor to Abu Dhabi's Department of Culture and Tourism, reportedly show that patches of the sacred Kaaba cloth, kiswa, were shipped to Epstein's private estate in Florida in 2017. This was not an ordinary courier package. Transporting pieces of the Kaaba covering outside Saudi Arabia, across borders, and into the hands of a convicted sex offender would require official permissions, logistical coordination, and political awareness. It is almost impossible to believe such a transfer happened without the knowledge and consent of high-level authorities. It was impossible that UAE high-level officials were totally unaware of this secret courier. These new Epstein files do not exist in isolation. They appear to fit into a much larger and troubling pattern involving the UAE's foreign policy over recent years. For months now, the UAE has been under international scrutiny for actions that many believe work directly against Muslim interests. Firstly, its alleged role in prolonging suffering in Sudan through indirect involvement in arms and political manipulation. Secondly, accusations of fueling instability and insurgencies in Yemen rather than helping restore peace. Thirdly, leaked documents suggest that the UAE actively funded campaigns promoting Islamophobia in Europe, presenting Muslim immigrants as extremists while portraying itself as a moderate alternative. And now, Epstein's files reveal proximity to one of the most notorious criminals of the modern era, combined with secret political networking involving Israel. What else is left to say? Separate leaked documents have already suggested that the UAE provided indirect assistance to Israel during operations that caused immense suffering in Gaza. While officially presenting itself as a Muslim nation advocating peace, the UAE has repeatedly been exposed as aligning strategically with forces accused of oppressing fellow Muslims. This contradiction has become impossible to ignore. Taken together, these revelations send a clear warning to Muslims worldwide. The UAE does not appear as an open enemy. Instead, it presents itself as a Muslim nation, while allegedly operating as a political extension of Western interests. It's also not hidden that numerous millionaires from Israel are now settling not in the US or other Western nations, but in the UAE. And of course, UAE is welcoming every Israeli tycoon with open arms. What does this mean? What does all this expose and Israeli mass exodus to the UAE indicate? It indicates that the UAE is just a fake name, but in reality it is Israel 2.0. The Epstein files show that he had behind-the-scenes knowledge of Gulf foreign policy and maintained access to figures shaping regional decisions. This is not about one man. This is about a system of hidden alliances, secret diplomacy, and moral contradictions. The Epstein case has never been only about crimes. It has always been about power, protection, and political silence. Now, as his files continue to be released, the world is discovering that his network reached far beyond the West, into the heart of the Muslim world itself. The question is no longer, who did Epstein know? But rather, why was he trusted by those who claim to represent Muslim nations? And what else remains hidden? The sacred must never be traded for political favors, and the Muslim Ummah must learn to distinguish between true allies and those who wear Islamic identity as a mask for foreign agendas. The Epstein files may be just the beginning. That's all for today. If you found the video informative, please like it and subscribe to the channel. Jazakum Allahu khairan.